What's up, everyone? Welcome to this day in Philly Sports History for November 22nd, 2023. I'm your host, Jim Montgomery. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. If you're out shopping or listening to me while you're shopping on your computer or your phone, thank you for spending a few minutes with me on your Black Friday. Let's get into today's episode first. Recap yesterday's question of the day, and almost near unanimous was the Big Five is definitely overrated. It was like 80-some% of the vote. So hopefully we'll see if the Big Five Classic can change that and maybe spark some excitement, especially now that Drexel's in. But thank you for everyone who participated and got into what we were doing for the question of the day. And just a quick update, I wasn't sure, and the Big Five Classic is at the Wells Fargo Center. I believe it will be December 2nd. It should be the first Saturday in December. So next Saturday, maybe it'll spark some excitement and reignite some interest. I think, to be completely honest and blunt, based on where all the teams are right now, you put a better product on the court and more people will watch. That's just sort of, I mean, and I know it's a shame as such a huge Temple basketball guy as I was. Like, I'll go down one game a year, take the kids for Hooters' birthday, but the product is just not there, and it's just the way the whole landscape is changing, but that's another topic for another day. Couple quick housekeeping notes. Again, new Back to the Future this week due to the holiday, but it's a good time to check out and go back through and get caught up on the archives. I mentioned yesterday and the day before, but for the month of December on this day in Philly Sports History, we are going to be doing the Advent calendar, where every day we open up a spot to see what it reveals. And then we also are going to be doing the first ever This Day in Philly Sports History reverse Advent calendar, and just doing a food drive to donate to wherever your local food banks are. Each day I'll give you an item to put in the bag, and then right before Christmas Eve, go take and donate to the food bank. Let's try to help out those in need. More details on that as we get closer to December, though. I did mention it's Black Friday, and if you are shopping, I'm telling you, go to Philly Goat. Use that promo code Jim Montgomery. They have whatever you want. I mean, I've talked so much about their stuff, but all the teams are covered, all the Philadelphia neighborhoods and things like that. They got you covered. Go check them out. PhillyGoat.com is a great place to go. Use that promo code, stock up, Jim Montgomery, for 10% off. I told you about the Quakers sweatshirt that they had that was inspired by us. So go support them, support me. Go to Philly Goat, Jim Montgomery, for 10% off. It's a great way to just spend your day, and it's easy. You just sit right there, make a couple clicks, put in the promo code, boom. Next thing you know, you can just go back to watching Hallmark movies or whatever it is you watch on the day after Thanksgiving. But that is the place to go for your one-stop shop. Speaking of the Flyers, they're in action this afternoon against the Rangers down at the Wells Fargo Center before going back up. I think it's tomorrow for a game against the Islanders. But what are we going to do? A quick Eagles update. I missed this the other day, but the fans were voted. Us Eagles fans were voted. I guess it was Eagles. I don't know if it was Philadelphia fans or Eagles fans in general, but I'm going to lump it in as Philadelphia fans because most of us are all from the same cloth. Like, if we're an Eagles fan, we're a Phillies fan, Sixers fan, Flyers fan, and so forth. But they were voted the most annoying by anonymous NFL players. And I'm assuming, again, you can tie it in with that. But I don't know. I don't know if I care about that. Like, sure, we'll be annoying. And I wonder how much of that annoyance is because the team is getting better. I used to think Patriots fans were the worst. Boston fans in general were the worst and most annoying because there for a while, all they were doing were winning. So I'm wondering if there's like a correlation there between that. But I don't know. Kind of wear it as a badge of honor. But that is today's question of the day. Are we the most annoying fan base right now, and do we care? I've said it all along. If we're winning, I'm fine with being Boston fans for a little bit. The problem is we haven't won. So that is the question of the day. Are we the most annoying fan base in the country? And then the follow-up to that, do you care? Does anybody care? So let me know. Hit me up on social media, Twitter, TikTok, Jimbo_Mont, Instagram, @PhillyJimbo. If you're friends with me on Facebook, do it there. Send me a text message. Just comment wherever you're watching this. Give me a like as well. Let's Let's help grow this thing. But let me know, are we the most annoying fans, and do we even care? One, I don't think we're the most annoying. But who knows? Maybe we are. But even if we were, I don't care. I don't care. But let me know what you think. Also today, if you're bored and you're doing what I told you to do, go do your shopping at Philly Goat. Take about 15, 20 minutes, go through their site, do all your shopping, frees up some time. Check out my buddies over at the Clashing Conferences podcast, especially after that big blowout win by the Cowboys yesterday. Just see what their thoughts were for the upcoming week. But that's the Clashing Conferences, wherever you get your podcasts, as well as on YouTube. All right, today we're going to go back to 1960. And on this day, back in 1960, the Celtics beat the Philadelphia Warriors 132-129. Wilt Chamberlain, in his second year in the league, had 34 points and 55 rebounds. Yes, you heard that right. 55 rebounds, which still is the NBA record for most rebounds in a game. And as I was looking through, I always like to kind of keep things in perspective. All of the top probably 50, 40 highest rebounding games ever in the NBA occurred pre-1973. And I'm not sure why that is. Maybe the shooting was – I don't know. But post-1973, the most is Moses Malone in 1979, had 37 while playing for the Rockets. And I guess if you want to come into more recent times, so to speak, Kevin Love in 2010 had 31 when he was playing for the T-Wolves. So 55 rebounds by Wilt Chamberlain is the NBA record, and it occurred on this day in 1960. For the season, he averaged 38 points a game and 27 rebounds. Let that sink in for a minute. He averaged almost as many rebounds as the highest recent total is. And that's just really how dominant. And I mean, every time we have a Wilt Chamberlain thing on here, it's just ridiculous how he just dominated everyone. The Warriors finished second in the East, but were swept out of the playoffs by the Syracuse Nationals, a team who within a couple years would be taking their spot in Philadelphia as the Warriors moved to San Francisco, and then the Nationals moved to Philadelphia to become the 76ers. But on this day, it was Wilt Chamberlain, while playing for the Philadelphia Warriors, setting the NBA record for rebounds in a game with 55. I'm not sure that's ever going to even be sniffed at, let alone broken. I mean, the fact that the highest recent times is 31, and even that was almost 15 years ago. I don't think anybody's ever going to break that record. And you know what? We'll do a bonus question of the day. Why not? Will anybody ever get close to 50 rebounds in a game ever again? I mean, I would be willing to say nobody will ever get 40 rebounds in a game unless it's like a quadruple overtime game. And even then, likely somebody's going to foul out. But let me know. Bonus question of the day. Will 55 rebounds ever be broken? All right. While you're doing some shopping, you can't forget about the people in the office, Sally in accounting, Tim in marketing, whoever. Go to CarCan. It's the perfect gift. Everybody needs something for their car, for their trash. If you're going on, especially if you work in sales, like they got you covered. You get a CarCan that you can throw your trash in, because obviously you're probably on the road eating lunch, breakfast, whatever. And then you can get the thing for the trunk that helps organize all that. You can have your products back there. And then just get a cup holder. You got to have your water bottle while you're driving. Just go check them out. Carcan.com. Use the promo code Jim Montgomery 20 off for 20% off of your order. I'm telling you, it makes a great gift. Good stocking stuffer. We're big in this family with stocking stuffers. So be something to just, I mean, it's probably big to fit in a stocking, but you can kind of just hang it around the stocking and be like, hey, I got your CarCan. But be sure to check them out. It's a great product. Like I'm telling you, my kids love it. Like I got to get another one now because they just like putting trash in. It's like a dream come true. But go to CarCan, use the promo code Jim Montgomery 20 off for 20% off of your order. All right. continuing with our Philadelphia sports most disappointing athletes. Today, we're going to go all the way back to the 60s and 70s. Leroy Keyes, running back who was drafted number 3 overall in 1969 by the Eagles. Now, he was a college football Hall of Famer. Took second in the Heisman behind the O.J. Simpson. But the problem was for the Eagles, he was not O.J. Simpson. That was the year that they were in the running for the top pick, which would have been the O.J. Simpson sweepstakes, and then they screwed it up by winning 3 games late, or 2 games, whatever it was, late. That was the season where they won 2 games or whatever it was, and then they lost the last game because that was the infamous throwing snowballs at Santa Claus game. That helped Philly fans get that annoying reputation that they haven't been able to shake. Oh my goodness, excuse me. I still can't get rid of this cough. But yes, Leroy Keyes was not O.J. Simpson. And he also was not Mean Joe Green, for that matter, which the Eagles could have taken with that 3rd pick instead of Leroy. But Leroy was in Philly for 4 years. Managed 368 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, 270 receiving yards. He was so bad as a running back that he ended up moving to strong safety in 1971, where he finished his career with 6 interceptions and 3 fumble recoveries. Was traded to Kansas City in 1973 and then was out of the league after that. Not necessarily his fault, but I think the disappointment in this one comes because the sights were set on O.J. Simpson. The Eagles messed around, won some games that they shouldn't have won, and then had to settle for that 3rd pick in which they took Leroy Keyes. And then because of a random game in there with the Steelers ended up finishing better than the Eagles and ended up taking Mean Joe Green with the 4th pick overall. I think it was the 4th pick. Either way, yeah, because they could have had Mean Joe Green, but they took Leroy Keyes. So I'm sure he was a nice enough guy, but he was not O.J. Simpson or Mean Joe Green. And it took the Eagles until the late 70s and Dick Vermeil to come in for them to finally become a respectable team. But Leroy Keyes, today's Philly sports most disappointing athlete. On this day back in 1960, Wilt Chamberlain scored 55 rebounds in a 139-129 loss to the Celtics, a mark that still is the NBA record. Let me know, do you think anybody's even going to come close? Like, obviously, I don't think. I mean, it was 1960, so that was, 63 years ago? And I don't think anybody's going to come close. I mean, let me know what you think about that. Also, let me know if you think, are Eagles fans, that's the question of the day, are Eagles fans the most annoying fan base in the world? And do we care? Let me know. Be safe out there. If you are going out shopping, people can be nuts. That's why I'm telling you, just go to Philly Goat, get it done from the safety of your own home. Good luck to the Flyers today. Union are in action tomorrow for the playoffs. We'll have more on that game tomorrow. But again, go enjoy your Friday. There is some 3 o'clock in the afternoon football. We talked about that yesterday. But just if you're going like us, if we're going to the other side of the family for Thanksgiving, be safe and don't do anything stupid. Don't drink and drive, all that kind of things. Don't fight people in the stores. Whatever you got to do, be safe out there. But go enjoy your Friday. This has been This Day in Philly Sports History. I'm Jim Montgomery. And until next time, I'll see you when I see you.